Hello everyone. In the previous class we have talked about area, its unit and how to measure the area of an object. Now in this class today we are going to discuss about volume and its measurement, how to measure the volume of an object. So first of all we will talk about what is volume. What is volume? It is the space. It is the space occupied by a substance. It is how much space an object is occupying, whether it is solid, liquid or gas. So how much space that object is occupying, whether it is in solid state, whether it is in liquid state or in gaseous state, that is known as its volume. Like suppose if I take example of book. Remember we kept a book on the table. When we were keeping that book on the table, over there the surface which was covered by that book was known as its area. But over here, how much amount of space it is occupying. Like suppose when you want to keep your book inside your bag. So it is possible to keep 1 book, 2 book, 3 book, 10 book, 15 book, that's enough. If you want to keep more than that, it is not possible to keep so many books inside your school bag. Similarly, if I take example of a cricket ball and a football. So if you take a cricket ball, the volume of a cricket ball is very small. That is, the space which is occupied by that cricket ball is a small portion. Whereas the space occupied by the football will be bigger one. So you can say that the volume of football is greater than the volume of cricket ball. So how you will come to know that it is the volume? Because it is occupying some amount of space. Like suppose I am having one marker in my hand, or you are having a pen. Now you can keep that pen inside your pocket. Now if you are having a cricket bat in your hand, is it possible to keep that cricket bat inside your pocket? It is not possible. Why? Because the space occupied by bat is much greater as compared to this marker. So you can easily keep the marker inside the pocket because the space which is occupied by the marker is smaller as compared to cricket bat. So you can say the space which is occupied by this marker is termed as its volume. Now, to measure volume, basically we can measure the volume of solid also, liquid also and gas also. So first we are going to begin how to measure the volume of solid. Before that, let us talk about the units. Remember in area we have discussed about units. So over here also we are going to talk about units of volume. So under units of volume, the SI unit of volume is the SI unit of volume is meter cube. That means if you are having one cube, I hope everybody knows what is cube. You must have played Ludo. In that you are having a die. That die is actually the shape of a cube whose length, breadth and height all are same. So like suppose if you are having one cube, whose length is x centimeter, breadth is also x centimeter and height is also x centimeter. That means if all the three sides, that is length, breadth and height of that object is equal, you can consider it as a cube. And if you want to calculate the volume of cube, that will be equals to side into side into side. So that is meter into meter into meter. If one side is equals to 1 meter, another side is also equals to 1 meter, the third side is also equals to 1 meter. So 1 meter into 1 meter into 1 meter, 1 is a 1 meter cube. So what will be the SI unit of volume? The SI unit of volume is 1 meter cube, or you can say meter cube. Sorry, meter cube, where each side of that cube must be of 1 meter each. So we have talked about SI unit of volume, that is equals to meter cube. Now sometimes the object size must be very small. Then SI unit, that is meter cube, is not possible to calculate the volume of that object because the object size is very small. So meter will not be the appropriate unit. Similarly, if the size of the object is very large, then also it becomes very difficult to calculate the volume in meter cube or becomes very inconvenient. So in that case, we have certain multiple units of SI unit and there are some sub-multiples of SI unit. So let us first talk about sub-multiples. So sub-multiples means smaller units of that SI unit. So first one is centimeter cube. So what is 1 centimeter cube? So what is 1 centimeter cube? That is equals to 1 upon 100 meter into 1 upon 100 meter into 1 upon 100 meter. Remember in area we have multiplied it twice because it was a square over there. Since it is cube, it is a volume. So 3 dimensions are here. So we have to multiply it how many times? 3 times. So for cube, 1 upon 100 meter into 1 upon 100 meter into 1 upon 100 meter, it will become 1 upon 6 zeros meter cube, or you can say 10 raised to power minus 6 meter cube. This is the standard form. So this is the first sub-multiple. Then there can be decimeter cube also. For decimeter cube, it is 1/10 of the meter. So 1/10 of the meter into 1/10 of the meter into 1/10 of the meter, which is equals to 1 upon 1000 times of meter cube, which is 10 raised to power minus 3 meter cube. This is for decimeter cube. Now similarly, millimeter cube can also be there for a very small portion of volume we want to measure. So 1 millimeter cube is equals to 1 upon 1000 times of meter into 1 upon 1000 times of meter into 1 upon 1000 times of meter, which will be equals to 303030. Total how many zeros are there? 9, and you can write 10 raised to power minus 9 meter cube. So decimeter cube 10 raised to power minus 3 meter cube, centimeter cube 10 raised to power minus 6 meter cube, whereas millimeter cube will be 10 raised to power minus 9 meter cube. So these are some multiples. Whereas when we talk about the multiples, it is the bigger unit than meter cube or bigger than that SI unit. So we are having decameter cube. Decameter cube. So that is equals to 10 meter into 10 meter into 10 meter. So if the length is equals to 10 meter, breadth is also equals to 10 meter, height is also equals to 10 meter, that will be around 1000 meter cube. So that is decameter cube. We don't have to learn many units in multiples, but you have to learn sub-multiple as of SI units. So sub-multiples you have to learn for here. So these were the multiples and sub-multiples which you have to remember. Now, after studying about unit of volume, now we are going to talk about how to measure the volume of solids. And when we measure the volume of solids can come two types. It can be regular shaped solids and it can be irregular shaped solids. So first we are going to begin how to measure the volume of regular shaped solids. So first is cube. Cube is a regular shaped solid whose length, breadth and height all are same. Its length is equals to S, breadth is also equals to S and height is also equals to S. So the volume of cube will be S into S into S, which will be equals to S cube. So a specific formula is there to calculate the volume of a cube. If you find that any object whose shape is a cube, so you can easily calculate the volume just by measuring its side. All sides will be equal, so you can multiply side into side into side and you will get the volume. Similarly for shape of cuboid, if the shape of the object is cuboid. So what is cuboid? Here a small difference is there between the cube and cuboid. The shape looks actually same, only the difference is there. The length, breadth and height is different in this case. Okay, over here all sides are equal. Over here length will be there, breadth will be there and height will be there. So since all the three adjacent sides are different in their length, so the volume of cuboid is length into breadth into height. Now if the units are in meter, so meter into meter into meter will become meter cube. If the units are in centimeters, centimeter into centimeter into centimeter will become centimeter cube. So this is how you can put the units as well, because we have talked about units already. Now, third is cylinder. Now, everybody must have seen the shape of the cylinder, the LPG cylinder at your home. Your water bottle is the shape of the cylinder. So we can talk about how to calculate the volume of cylinder. So the shape of the cylinder is like this. Over here, from this middle portion to this midpoint, this is the height. And of the circle, there will be the radius. So two circles are there, one on the top and second at the bottom. And the circle radius will be there, which is measured as r, and the height between that is the distance between the two parallel circles, that is height, is equals to h. So the volume of cylinder is equals to pi r square into h. What is the formula for calculating the volume of cylinder? Pi r square into h, where the value of pi is equals to 22 upon 7, which we had discussed in our previous lecture. So volume of cylinder is pi r square h. Then fourth one is sphere. Now it is not a circle, a sphere. Like example, football, cricket ball. These are the examples of a sphere. That is a three-dimensional figure. Ball is a three-dimensional figure. So how to calculate the volume of a sphere? Over there, since it is a circular shape, it will only have one dimension, that is radius. So how to calculate? The formula for calculating the volume of a sphere is equals to 4 upon 3 pi r cube. What is the formula for calculating the volume of a sphere? That is equals to 4 upon 3 pi r cube. So these are the formulas which you have to learn by heart to calculate the volume of different figures. Now, since these were regular shape objects, so the formulas were there. So you have to simply learn the formulas. Units should always be mentioned after calculating the volume, and it should be meter cube, centimeter cube, millimeter cube, according to your question, in which the size of the object was given. Now, since we have learned how to calculate the volume of regular shape objects, let us talk about some numericals. Numerical number 1. A container is in the form of cube. So there is a container whose shape is in the form of a cube, having each side equal to 4 meters. So in solution, what is given? Side of cube. That is a container. Size of cube, that is a container, is equals to 4 meters. What is the volume of container? So let us calculate the volume of container. Cube, that is container. So what is the shape of the container? It was cube. So what is the formula for calculating the volume of cube? It is side into side into side, or S cube. What is side over here? 4 meter. So 4 meter cube. 4 into 4 into 4. 4 4s are 16. 16 4s are 64 meter cubes. So here is the volume of this container. Okay, let us talk about one more question. An iron sphere. So what is the shape of this iron? It is sphere. An iron sphere is a diameter of 42 centimeter. So what is given in the question? The diameter of sphere is equals to 42 centimeter. So what will be the radius? The radius is always equals to half of diameter. 42 upon 2, which is equals to 21 centimeter. So we have got the radius. Now, what is the volume of this sphere? So, volume of a sphere, so according to the formula, it is 4 by 3 pi r cube. What is the formula? 4 by 3 pi r cube. So, over here, you can place the value 4 by 3 into value of pi is 22 upon 7 into radius. What is radius? 21 centimeter. So 21 into 21 into 21. Why 3 times? Because it was r cube, radius cube. So cube means you have to multiply 3 times. And the unit in centimeter cube. 7 3s are 3 3s are 21 21. 441 into 22, it will become 3808 centimeter cube. So this will be the volume of sphere. That is in centimeter cube. So that is how you have to calculate the volume of different objects which will be given in the question. Now, after talking about the volume of regular shape objects, now we will discuss about how to calculate the volume of irregular shape objects. To calculate the volume of irregular shape objects, there is no fixed formula. Like remember, we have calculated the area of irregular shape objects. Over there was no fixed formula. We have used the graph technique. Now over here, we have to calculate the volume of irregular shape objects. So we will going to use another technique to calculate the volume. Like suppose you will pick up a stone from the ground. So you will find that the shape of the stone is very irregular. Somewhere it will be broader in size, somewhere it will be very thinner in size. So what will happen? To calculate this volume, it becomes very inconvenient for us to take a formula and then to calculate the volume. So it is better to use another technique to calculate the volume of irregular shape objects. For this, simply you have to do what? You have to take one measuring cylinder. Measuring cylinder is a device which is used to measure the volume of liquids. So a measuring cylinder is there in which the measurement is already mentioned over there. You must have seen when you went to the shop to buy some oil, they are having measuring beaker over there. Similarly, when you go to petrol pump, there they sell the petrol or diesel. Sometimes they use a beaker over there in which the measurement is done. In your house, milkman comes, he sells the milk. In that condition, he is bringing one container with himself. So there are containers which are used to measure the volume of liquid. So over here, like suppose we have taken one measuring cylinder. This is a measuring cylinder, which is already the markings will be there 0, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 centimeter or in milliliters. So centimeter or it is in milliliters, the volume will be given. So what you have to do? First you have to keep it on a horizontal surface, a smooth horizontal surface, and you have to check that this should be clean properly from inside. No water, no liquid should be present over there. Now what you do? You start pouring some water inside this. Slowly start pouring water. So you will keep on pouring water up to a level, to this level. And the marking which is given over there, you please note down the marking, how much water you have already filled. Like suppose I have filled 60 milliliter of water or 60 centimeter cube of water. So you will note down the marking up to which level you have filled the water. Now you have picked up one stone or you are having one piece of iron whose volume you want to calculate. So what you do? You take one thread, a fine thread, tie with the help of that thread that particular stone or that particular iron piece, and then slowly you immerse it inside this liquid. So you will take that thread and with the help of that thread, that stone or that pebble or whatever, you will slowly immerse it inside the liquid. As you will going to immerse it inside the liquid, you will find that the water level is going to rise. It will come a little bit up. Why? Because when the solid will go inside, it will occupy some space. So it will push that water above. So the level of water will increase. Now what you do? You slowly mark what is the next level of water. Like suppose the next level of water is 80 ml or 80 centimeter cube. So what was the initial volume? Initial volume is the volume at the starting that I am considering as VI. Initial volume, that was 60 ml or 60 centimeter cube. And what is the final volume? The volume which you have got after pouring that solid, after pouring that stone or iron inside the water. The new volume volume is 80 milliliter or 80 centimeter cube. Now how you calculate the volume of the solid? So volume of solid will be equal to final volume minus initial volume. Second volume minus first one. That is final volume minus initial volume. What is the final volume? 80 centimeter cube minus what is initial volume? 60 centimeter cube. What is the difference? It is 20 centimeter cube. So this difference which has come, that is 20 centimeter, it is because of the volume of that particular solid. So this is how you can say that the volume of solid was 20 centimeter cube, which was irregular in shape, but still we were able to determine the volume by this method. So this method you have to simply learn. Simple questions can be asked on the basis of this, and you can easily determine the volume. There is no hard and fast formula for calculating the volume of irregular shape solid, so you can use this technique.